Because you know get mommy and papi again. Now you want me this Nganu kill you for there?
The next time we talk about my family again, I could shave your last smooth blah blah.
Hey loves, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Janelle. If you're seeing this face for the first time, welcome. Don't go out. Keep watching, okay? I do movie reviews, movie recommendations, and vlogs, okay? And today I'm going to be reviewing a very sensitive movie titled Nganu. Let's get straight into the review. Welcome back, guys. Sorry if you see me looking down. I'm trying to look at particular information so I don't say what I don't know. Okay. Right. So Nganu is a Cameroonian movie that was released just this month on Netflix. But it was the first release date was on the 8th of October 2023, but it came on Netflix. It started showing on Netflix on the 7th of November 2023. Now the director of this movie is Kang Quintus. Is it Quintus? This is a Cameroonian name. I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing it, if I'm mispronouncing it, okay? If I'm pronouncing it wrongly, I'm so sorry. But yes, this movie was for 1 hour, 41 minutes, and it's a very sensitive movie. I'll go straight to the cast. The cast includes Muriel Blanche, Hakim K. Kazim, Gabriel Nanjib, Akwando Blaze, Njang Mengu, and a lot of people, because there were a lot of soldiers and a lot of people in the community. Now straight to the review. Nganu was a boy at the beginning of this movie, and yeah, he grew up knowing his father as someone who was domestically violating his mom, right? So yes, there's a lot of domestic violence in this movie. If you are a very sensitive person and you feel like this might be traumatic for you, then you should maybe just listen to this review or watch this review and maybe not watch the movie. But if you feel like it's something you can handle, yeah, go for it, okay? Yeah, so Nganu was a boy when this movie started, and he grew up knowing how his father was beating his mom. And then there was one day the father wanted to just kill his mom because he was saying she's evil and the rest. And before you knew it, the father took a big stick and was hitting Nganu's mom on her head. And Nganu was so pissed, and he carried the stone and hit his father on his head. And his parents died that night. Yeah. So fast forward to Nganu becoming an adult. Nganu was living with a woman he called his wife, and they had a son who was exactly his age, about 11-ish, when his mom was suffering, or she was suffering in her marriage. And you know, Nganu started doing the same thing that his dad did when he was alive. Now there are two things that people who grow up in a family, in a broken home, or maybe a home that is not settled, that is not peaceful, there are two things I feel like come out from those kind of homes, right? People who come out and say, I am not going to be this person, and people who unintentionally pick up these things and start living life like that. right? Maybe they actually made a decision in their life, like at the point that, okay, I'm not going to do this, but they found themselves doing that, like, and Nganu was in that category, right? He found himself doing this, and anytime he beats his wife, it's not like he feels sad when he beats his wife. When he goes out and people like he plays chess with, or draft, is it draft they call it? People he plays board games with abuse him, insult him, trying to say, oh, you are just a woman beater in this community. Are you not the only one beating your wife and all that? He feels really bad. He goes to the bush, he cries, he wails, right? And then he comes back and still do the same thing. And then when he comes back home, after beating his wife, he gives his son money to buy weed for him, right? So it went on and on. This woman was not living, and then one day she went to buy something from one of the men who Nganu fought with, because the man was trying to make jest of him for always beating his wife, right? She went to buy, that's Nganu's wife went to buy something from the man's shop. And then the man was like advising her, don't you think you should leave this man until he kills you? Is that what you want? And then she was like, she does not have a mom and a dad, so she does not know who to go to. And I was like, because you know, get mommy and papi again, now you want me this, I'm gonna kill you for there? And then she was not like, they are not even married. And I'm like, hold up. You say, they're not even married. And then when she went back home, the next day, Nganu went to play draft with his friends, and this man abused Nganu. That Nganu was playing game to get money to marry his wife, that he hadn't paid a penny on her head. When he went home that day, he almost killed her with beating and all that. So one day, this is friend who always plays draft with him, with Nganu, was listening to the news, and they were like looking for soldiers to come and join the army, because there was, terrorists were threatening them in our country and the community. So the man was now like, Nganu, instead of you to go fight for a country, you go to beat your wife and all that. So Nganu went to the bush that he always cries, and when they cried and thought about it, why not go to this, like there's an opportunity, why not go, so he left. He told his wife that he was going to be going on a trip. He didn't tell them he was going to join the army, but he just told them he was going on a trip. And when I saw his wife's face, I was like, yeah, she's so happy that he's going away. But yeah, so he joined the army, and in that training, he fought twice, beat 2 people up. I feel like trauma in Nigeria, or maybe Africa as a whole, right, is underrated, right? Therapy is underrated. Like, we do not really look at this thing, and these are the things that make people behave the way they behave, right? Mental health is really, really important. So anyway, he fought twice, and then the third time he was supposed to do something for them to send him out of the camp was when his phone was ringing, when they were having an assembly, and then his friend had to take the phone and said it was for him, so that they wouldn't punish him, or send him home. But after that day, his friend spoke to him and was like, you have to change and calm down from this kind of things you are doing. And then that night, his friend made a video call with his wife and was showing Nganu that this is my wife and all that. Nganu did not have anybody to talk to Like, because of how bad he was treating his wife, he didn't even have a phone to talk to his wife with, right? So they were like that. And then the next week, they graduated from camp, and then they had to go see their families before they had been deployed. Guess what? On the day of POP, families of these people came around. After the whole POP, people got to hug their spouses, their partners, kiss them, and the rest. And Ghana was looking like this. Like, in my mind, I'm like, who are you looking for? Like, who? What are you searching for? Did you tell anybody you were coming here, or did you love up on anybody for you to receive love right now? I'm not saying he didn't deserve love, but he didn't give love, right? And he didn't even tell them where he was going to. Perhaps they might even come, right? But anyway, Nganu went back to his community. They welcomed him. He went to the house. He was just there for some minutes, and his son came in. His son was already big. He's already like a teenager. But he was smoking weed, and his father was like, "What did you hold for hand like that?" Hit him, slapped him, and the son slapped him back, slapped Nganu's face back, and then left, And then he was now looking for his wife. Nganu did not see his wife at home, so he had to go to where he used to play drafts to ask. So they told him that man, that his friend that he used to play draft with, had taken his wife in as a wife. So he went there and he wanted to see his wife. He said, "I want to see my woman." The man was like, "No, be your woman, not my woman." Apparently, this man had gone to pay something on her head, right? And she was looking all pretty, all beautiful. She was looking amazing. Yeah, and she was pregnant. Nganu went, he's already a changed man from camp because of the whole stress he went through and the rest. Came back, begged. The day he came back to beg her, because he actually met like an old man in the community to advise him on what to do. So the man said, "Don't worry about your son, that one is your blood, right? Go and beg your wife, ask for forgiveness for all the things you've done to her, ever done to her, and see if she's going to accept you back." So he went. The day he went, he met the man that's his friend there, and he was like, "I want to see my woman." The man was now like, called the name of Nganu's wife and said, "My sugar, my sweet sugar cane, come, person define you." And she was now like, "Oh, my lovely banana." They showed Nganu that love is in the air. Wear face mask, no matter the matter, I will love till I die. Anyway, yeah, Nganu had to calm down on that. And then just like that, thugs came to his house and were threatening to destroy his son. And then it was like, what happened? They said his son stole a bag of jewelry. And then they started looking for this boy. They met this boy the next day because his dad, Nganu, had already spoken to his son at night to return the jewelry. And the boy was like, they came here to embarrass me. Unknowingly, so Nganu, his son had picked his gun. And then when he was going out the next day, those thugs tried to, invade him. And then he shot one of them, shot in the air. All of them ran away. So those people, youth from the community, came to burn down Nganu's house. And Nganu was on a white horse with his son. They went somewhere and then he beat his son up. Then they started talking. His son was like, "I see exactly the reflection of you in me. This is how I am going to end up. I have a useless life and all that." But the father was trying to tell him that he's now a changed person and all that. And they settled it was, if Nganu's dad was this person to Nganu when he was young, this traumatic experience would not have gone from generation to generation, right? It would have been avoided, right? But thank goodness they settled, and his son, Nganu's son, promised him that he was going to learn tailoring when they get back to the community. They said, okay. So when they were going back to the community, those thugs had gathered and then they shot at both of them. And guess what? Nganu did not die, but his son died. Now, that's the end of this movie. But it's just so, I feel like therapy should be taken very seriously in most of these African countries, in Nigeria most especially. Guys, this movie, I would rate it a 10 over 10, although there are a lot of mistakes, a lot of things that I felt like should not happen in the movie, but it's a 10 over 10 for me because it's something relatable, something that happens like every day. I've seen stories of people online being violated and then they are going back to their spouses. You do not know what. I really do not have much to say. I do not want to, this is just a review. I do not want to go delve into this topic fully. So yeah, I hope to see you on my next video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have watched to this time, please like and comment, and also subscribe to my channel for more videos, more movie reviews and recommendations. Okay, hope to see you next time. Bye for now.